Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Drawing Down the Stars. I'm Snappy. Thank you for joining me for our daily tarot sessions on today, June 21st, 2024. The full moon, the strawberry moon. Right after the summer solstice, this is the new year. Persephone, the Kori, is reborn. So I just want to give a blessing to everyone, and I hope to see you guys in this new coming year. There's been some incredible energy over these last couple days, big changes, big profundity, lots of beautiful, beautiful things. And I wanted to begin today just by, I always love to go through my books when I'm thinking about these streams. And today I was drawn to this book, which is Anarch. And this is by a friend of Graham and I's named Gas Boucher. And Graham introduced this book to me, and since then, it's become one of my favorite books ever. It's transformed my life. It's one of the most beautiful books I've ever read, and it's something I consider to be deeply, deeply sacred and special to me. I view it almost as a sacred eidolon, a tome in and of itself. When you get things like this is, this is a very special book. So I did the sortes with it, but I'm not doing that on screen because it's a very, very sensitive book. And but I did the sortes and I came to a passage from here that was just incredible that I'd love to read to you guys and then talk a bit about. So it says, as soon as we feel involved in the destructive and transformative process that shape the planet, we no longer consider the pain of the earth as an intellectual abstraction, but a visceral truth. What we are going through in these pivotal times changes something inside of us. We cannot avoid asking ourselves how to creatively engage the forces that threaten life on earth, and how to direct the experience toward a new sense of being in the world. What I argue for is a dark art of empathy and survival. We perdure only at the cost of renouncing human supremacy. This is a time to tear off human skin. This is a time to become powerful without being dominant. This is a time to reimagine our place in the world. The world has become too human, all too human. Nietzsche was right to say that we should change humanity's future so that we might become the senses of the earth. It is this lightning, it is this madness that ignites the black flame within us. The fire of sorcery fuses the ground and the unground into an undifferentiated whole. Here lies the impure power of our art, infusing and confusing self in the world and the states of being alive and being dead. How to go forward. Now that our dream of mastery over the earth has been shattered, how to extend human existence into the boundless forest of night, how to breed riotous growth out of the decaying ground. These are matters that can only be addressed by invoking the transgressive forces of sorcery. Without breaking the rules, we cannot hope to become truly other. To participate in the ongoing process of the earth, we have to transform our understanding of self. Beautiful. So I know that was a lot, but I had to read all of that for you guys because this is something that was deeply, deeply rewarding when I first read it. It put to voice so many things that I had been feeling and gave clarity to so many things I was thinking, in a sense. I felt like a deep kinship with Gast, and then talking with them and looking deeper into these things, it was truly profound. This is one of the best books I've ever read, by far. And I think it's important that we think about these things, about removing ourselves from the destructive processes, right? From not participating in that death and decay of the earth, but trying to reinvigorate it and reinvigorate ourselves. From changing, right? Changing our focus, changing everything. I feel like change is the most important thing. We have to break these cycles of destruction and death. And we do that through this return to the earth, through this conversation, through seeing that other, through allowing ourselves to be transformed by the other, through this love, and through a shift. We're no longer about being dominant, right? No longer about being human. We want to break free of humanity. We want to expand ourselves with lightning and madness, right? It's just beautiful stuff. And here's another great one. It says, to participate in the ongoing processes of the earth, we have to transform our understanding of the self. Nietzsche does not teach us how to leave human nature behind, but he encourages us to follow the stream wherever it leads, and asks us to love all that will inevitably happen, including death. As Bataille later subversively adds, right? But sorcery is a secret that is deeper than death. It's a cutting out of what is merely human in us, making space for the otherness that grows within, right? Cutting out, getting rid of the ego, getting rid of that I, reconnecting to that natural flow of the universe, being in that generative, creative spirit where we can transform the decay into growth. Just absolutely beautiful. And I think it's so important for us to think about these things and to try and reconnect with the natural world, to engage in those processes of sorcery. So that's how I wanted to start. I hope that wasn't too much, but there we go. We can also now talk a little bit about, well, before I get into it, I'm just going to say, please give me a like and a subscribe. The likes really do make a big difference. They boost the views in the algorithm, and it is helpful. So send me some of that karma. And if you're interested in a private reading, you can look in the description below and you will see my email. Also, today we're going to do something a little special at the end of the reading. If anyone would like me to pull a card or do a sortes for them, I will do that for y'all. So this will be a lot of fun. So let's talk a bit about the astrology. So today's astrology is kind of intense. We have two major shifts that have come in. We have a change in the sun where it's moving into Cancer. So number one, we're shifting our priorities. Our emotions are now taking center stage. We had that Gemini energy. Now it's about security and love and turning back towards this kind of foundational kind of energy and being really concerned about these things and feeling loved and feeling supported and feeling secure in our sense of self, right? And this is deeply wishy-washy energy, right? That mutable energy. So it's going to bring up a lot of emotion. And what's wild with this is that we see the exact opposite in the sign of the moon. We have that Cancer energy. We have the Capricorn energy. And Capricorn, right? This is that hard energy, right? That hard earth energy that is extraordinarily solid. So this is about focusing on our dreams and building something practical and holding ourselves to account, holding others to account. It's not a time for emotional upheaval, but we have this emotional upheaval in our sun, so this is going to be an intense emotional and transformative time for people, especially with this full moon, right? Cancer is hard energy. It's telling you to do that deep reflexive work, to be practical, to be concerned about what you're doing in life and to really fixate on it and to think about these things and to look on how you can manifest your dreams in a reality. And that sun in Cancer is going to resist this. It's going to resist it. This is going to bring up a lot of emotional trauma too. There's just going to be so much intense energy. And we also have all of this Cancer energy still, right? We had that Cancer that was in Mercury. We have that Cancer that's in Venus. So our love and our emotions are paramount at this time. This is where we're fixated on. This is how we're operating in the room. And we need to be aware of that. Even though internally we're trying to resist that, everything else is being implemented by that. So our mind is focused on these deep foundational things, right? We're going to those depths. We're doing that with our moon in Capricorn. But all this other emotional floodgate energy is moving in. So it is an intense time. It's an intense time. So let's see about doing some more sortes. Everyone seemed to really enjoy the Herman Hesse the other day. So thank you all for those lovely comments. Love Herman Hesse, Steppenwolf, Siddhartha. And of course, Narcissus and Goldman. A great guy to read if you're ever interested in some fun metaphysical novels that really make you think and really think about things. Narcissus and Goldman is all about that battle between flesh and spirit, which is so essential to all that we've been talking about on this channel. I feel so much that, I actually resist a lot of Herman Hesse in many ways. I'm far more on the side of the flesh, but there is a lot to be said about the spirit too, and moving in flow and balance. But I feel like right now is a time where we have really disconnected from the natural world and from that loving perspective and that life perspective and engaging with life. We've been too much caught up in spirit, and we are so removed and irresponsible. We can no longer be this timeless, slumberless, we cannot be in slumber. We can't just be in the daydream ignoring this anymore. We have to heal the wounds of nature. This is another thing that's really hard, I think, because often, people talk about returning back to a primitive or going back to a golden age or going back to the way people in the ancient world did it. And it's like, yes, this is a beautiful thing. But also the connection to the earth cannot be healed like that. We can't just go back and have what the ancients had. We have to deal with the way that the mother is today. We have to help her today and connect with her today. And that means doing that hard work of healing, of overcoming all of the hurt that has been done through the industrialization of the planet. And there's just no getting out of that. We have to face those things and take responsibility. And while I think there's a lot to be gained from this perspective of going back, and that we do need to go back and think from this more traditional tribal perspective, it's important that we bring it into the now and that we confront nature as she is, right? And we don't have illusions about some golden age, some past that we cannot create in the present. We have to create something new. We have to break cycles, right? We have to heal, we have to do the hard work now. So, Herman Hesse, we're going to go to you. We're going to do the sortes, which is a form of bibliomancy from the Greco-Roman tradition. We're going to invoke the spirit of the muses, and we're going to ask the muses to guide our hand. Muses, what's the message? How do we best move and flow? What's the inspiration? I have done a great deal of thinking and seen many faces and figures and thought about them. And some of these thoughts have tormented me and given me no peace. Wow. I feel like this is just overthinking on full display. I have done a great deal of thinking and seen many faces and figures and thought about them. And some of these thoughts have tormented me and given me no peace. Right? But they exist purely in the mind of the mind by your own creation, by your own fixation. If you are tormented, it's because you torment yourself. The peace you have lost, you have taken, right? This is a hard lesson and something that needs to be retold to ourselves again and again when we find ourselves in these traps of overthinking, over trying to rationalize, right? Thinking prevents motion. Wow. Okay. Thanks, Hess. That was a great message from the muses. All right. Okay. We're going to go back to my friend Graham and their lovely collection, The Shape of My Will. Deeply inspired muse poetry. All right. So let's ask the muses. Muses, what's the inspiration? Guide my hand. How do we best move and flow? What is the message to take forward this day? It exacerbates my daily need to die. Wow. That is a dark line, but it is a line that we need to confront, right? It exacerbates my daily need to die. What is the need to die? What is the need to die? It is the need to not have to deal, right? It's not the need for death. It's the need to die. It's the need to not have to cope, to be removed because everything is overwhelming. It exacerbates my daily need, right? This is a fixation. And, you know, it is something that is constantly there in all of us, and some more than others. Some are unwell, and we have to be there for those who are of us who are unwell. But there is always this thought: to be alive is to confront death, right? And part of us also needs to be in this state of transformation too. In one sense, we do need to die daily and be reborn and be remade and think about ourselves and think about how we need to be in this state of flow, because we can't even fully exist truly in anything but a moment anyway, right? We have to go through these flows and cycles and transformation. We daily die, and it is a force that we have to face, and it's something we have to move with. You have to allow yourself to grow and transform. If you hold on too much to the past, eventually it catches up with you anyway, and then you're living in a dream, you're living in an illusion, you're projecting an illusion, right? If you die while you're alive, then you don't die when you die. For those who know, for those who have ears to hear, you'll get the reference there. All right, let us continue. We're going to go to Chapman's Homer. Not the best Homer, but the cheap Homer. All right, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Muses, what is the message? How do we best move and flow? What do we take today? And what is the inspiration? Arrived now at our ship, we launched and set our mast up, put forth our sail, and in did get our late got cattle. Wow. We have arrived at our ship. We launched and set our mast up, put forth sail, and in did get our late got cattle. What is the message here? This is about we're setting sail, going on a journey, right? This is a new transformation, a new year, a new way and approach. And though it has been a slow kicking, you know what I'm getting the feel of? Many of you will see this and feel this, but there has been a moving away from one energy and one connection, and an embrace of a new direction and a new energy. And this is a reminder we got to move and flow with those waters. We have to put our mast up and put forth our sail, get all our stuff together. This took a while, but now we're here and our journey is ready to begin. We have donned that armor and we are ready to set sail. And now's the time to take that leap, to take that transformation, and to continue on this path forward, and to let things go and let things be. You know, if things and people are meant to come back, they'll flow back in time. Beautiful. All right. We're going to now go to our man Goethe, Faust, one of my favorite plays of all time. And Goethe is the Shakespeare of the German language, one of the greatest writers ever. Can never get enough Goethe. All right. What is the message, Muses? Guide my hand. What do we need to take forward today? What is the inspiration? No sighs or trembling. Look in my eyes and let them. Let this hand clasp say to you things beyond human speech. Wow. No sighs or trembling. Look in my eyes and let them. Let this hand clasp say to you things beyond human speech. Wow. Gaze into the eyes and look into the soul, right? Hold each other. Connect with each other, right? You really want to know someone, you have to meet them. You have to be with them in that presence, you know? This is This is powerful, powerful stuff. Also about this power of the gaze. We have to remember so much of the muse is about looking into her eye, right? About gazing upon beauty, that perception of beauty, about seeing the face, the beauty in the face, her, that Helen, that Asterope, right? And it's about being in this, transformed by that gaze, by that look. Wow. Wow. No sighs or trembling. Look in my eyes and let them. This is also about embracing love, I think. You know, when love comes in and stares you in the face and takes you by the hand, you follow with it. You know, some things can't be said by human speech alone. Oof. All right. Let us continue. Euripides, one of the greats. This is a bunch of his plays, tend to be 10 of them, in fact. So let's ask the muses. What is the message? How do we move and flow? What do we take forward? What is the inspiration? Atlas that wears heaven, the old homestead of the gods, on his brazen back begot Maya, out of one of the goddesses, and she bore me, Hermes to Zeus, the greatest. I am the runner of the deities. Wow. I think we all need to connect with that Hermes energy. We're going on a journey, we're going on our trip, we're setting sails, and this is the call of Hermes. At last, that wears heaven. The old homestead of the gods on his brazen back begot Maya out of one of the goddesses, and she bore me, Hermes, to Zeus the greatest. I am the runner of the deities. Wow. And he's telling you his origins, right? His prestige. Going all the way back to Atlas and Maya and Zeus. Wow. Hermes is a master of ways, right? The magician, the one who is the messenger, who teaches language and how to communicate, right? It's beautiful stuff. Connect to this energy. Go to those crossroads, right? Yes, and thievery and stealing cattle as well. He is the cattle thief. He steals from Helios, right? If you want to know how to draw down the star, how to get one of those beautiful cattle, you have to talk to Hermes. All right. We're now going to go to the Parvati Darpana. This has been such a rewarding book lately, and this is written by a really wonderful teacher of mine, Dr. Harsha V. Dehaja. One of the most important books of my life. So, all right. Muses, what is the message? How do we move in flow? What is the inspiration? Guide my hand. Shiva is Brahman, unchanging and without aberration. He assumes shapes and forms for the welfare of his devotees. He does not make a show of worldly lordship. Wow. Shiva is Brahman. That's the absolute. Unchanging and without aberration. He assumes shapes and forms for the welfare of his devotees. He does not make a show of worldly lordship. This is a reminder, that absolute is personified and it is everywhere. And if you are devoted to it, if you love Shiva, if you love Dionysus, if you love the goddess, then this thing will take care of you, will look after you, will help you move and flow, will help you move through this world, right? We're all in this flow and transformation, and we are being guided. We are being guided. That Shiva looks out for the welfare of his devotees, and he takes many forms and many shapes in many ways. Look to the signs and the synchronicities. Wow. Beautiful. We're going to go now to our fairy guidance deck, right? We're going to ask the fairies, what's the message? How do we best move and flow? Oh, we got one popping right out in front of me. Actually, we got two, interestingly enough. So first we have precious time. Precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. All right. Celebration. Get ready to celebrate. Let your hair down. It's time to go out and dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. Well, isn't that apt for a full moon? Isn't that just beautiful for this energy too, coming out of the solstice? Now is the time for celebration and to embrace that. And if you have the opportunity to be in joy, to share that in community, pursue this. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So we're now going to do our main proper tarot reading. And once this reading is done, I will take questions from the audience. So please be patient if you would like me to pull a card for you. But for now, we are going to ask the muses to guide my hand, and we're going to do the Saturn Square reading with our Thoth deck by Lady Frida Harris and Aleister Crowley. We're going to evoke that spirit, that image of Saturn. We're going to take that wisdom and cut our life up, put it on the plate, and we're going to explore all the connections. We're going to try to see how we best move and flow. What do we have to do to evolve and move forward? Show us what's happening. All right. And as always, we cut our deck into 3. And the center card is the most important card. Okay. And our center card is interference, overthinking. Doesn't this so relate to the earlier sortes? Wow. Being in that mental state of just worry and of inaction, of making mountains out of molehills, of, looking. This is also that energy, right, of like, you're looking for conflict, but you're also looking for hurt, right? So this is that energy of taking things and being too sensitive, right? And being hurt by the actions of others, but then also going out and purposely doing that to others, Oof. It's an intense energy. Let's see where this is going. There's a transformation here, profound creativity. What I'm seeing here is that there's this creativity is being held back, I think. Let's continue. Yeah. Right. So what I'm seeing here is that we need to be in this artistic creative flow, about pursuing our passions, about embracing this newness, about breaking free of the old that has been holding us and defining us, and embracing this creative remixing of our lives, of cutting ourselves up, reshaping things, and moving forward in a new creative way, and really being in that passionate, loving drive, pursuing this to its full extent, diving in, right? But there's this mental interference that is telling us to hold back on this creation. We're not fully embracing it. Even though there is all of this energy here, why aren't we fully embracing it, right? Why is there so much interference? Let's continue. Some of this is about work, right? This is about probably connections at work, probably people involved in your work, and also the building of something, the building of things, right? So the interference is in this belief in the futility, and also in the issues that come from collaboration and building. Art is hard, creation is hard. There's always a lot of difficulties that arise, and there's the stepping on toes, and there's so much to contend with, right? And what I'm getting though is that a lot of this is still projection, right? It's your mental state. You are seeing things as unable to change. You're not creating in the way you want to. You're preventing this from unfolding, right? You're holding this energy back. Okay. Let's continue. Wow. Connected to this work is this mature knight of the air, right? This is that energy, that outgoing masculine energy that's in that logical pursuit, right? This is someone who is out to make a difference in that very logical way, right? They know what is right. They know what needs to be done. This is that scientist kind of energy. And they're in this method of work. So they're trying to do what is right by a very logical means, right? Through that faculty of just going out and trying to be reasonable and to bring reason. Yeah. This is beautiful to see. So connecting and creating this work and connected to this work energy and this showing up in this mature, logical way is creating and giving birth to this new, powerful, creative project, this child, this princess of fire. This is a passionate birthing energy, right? The princess always grows up to become the queen. And this is that energy of just creating something profound and meaningful that needs to be nurtured and cared for now, but there is a deep, powerful spark here. There's something that could grow and be something good. And this is coming out of your work pursuits. You know, there's loving, passionate creation here. We need to just show up in this mature, logical, reasonable way. Outgoing, right? You know what needs to be done. Use your reason and be that reasonable person. Awesome. That's a beautiful energy to see in spite of this interference, right? So let's see where this is going. Okay. Yeah. Big part of this interference is this worry about manifesting within the physical reality. 5 of Discs, worry. This is always about trying to build upon what you have built, right? The 4 of Discs is your foundation, your family, your career, you know, those real deep, important things. This is trying to grow, trying to build up to that next level and being like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if this tower is going to stand, right? Is your engineering sound, right? Deep worry about building. No wonder there's interference here, because there is a fear about can you really do the work? Can you really create and build something? Wow, that's a strong, powerful doubt to have. Interference and worry, and in this work, in this creation. So let's see where this is going. Wow. Connected to the moon. And with this deep Capricorn and moon energy, this is a time to really reflect upon this 5 of Discs energy, right? This is about your foundations and expansion, and about building, about your dreams, about creating, right? About coming into something like family, about coming into something like a new business. And there is a deep wound here. There is a deep trauma. This is about trying to figure out why is it that you are in this interfering energy and not allowing yourself to manifest the next level of this tower, right? It's not just worry, it's interference. You are not allowing this tower to grow, right? You are preventing that growth. You are actively sabotaging this work energy. Why? Right? Where is this worrying coming from? And on this full moon, this is the perfect time to be in this energy of trying to figure this out, to look into your deep soul and to say, where is this worry coming from? Many people who have worry about material growth and realities because things have not grown. They've tried to build and they've had their stuff knocked down, you know? And there's something there. There's something there to this. Either you need to figure out how you showed up that was problematic, how the people in your life at that time showed up that are problematic, and you need to look at yourself and recognize the worry, you know, and not let it go, but just recognize it and understand that it is interfering. When you recognize, you know, So much of the power of the Buddha, when you read a lot about like Siddhartha Gautama and what he was truly doing, it's not that he had conquered his emotions. It is that he had control of the self. There's a big difference here. He did not become an automaton, right? It is he could perceive his body and he could sense when these fluctuations were happening and he could do something to relieve them. And we can all learn how to do this, right? And we need to be in this state of recognizing what brings us worry, what are our triggers, you know, what is causing us to self-sabotage and bring in interference. Wow. Let's see what the last card is. Yeah. There's a deep trigger here. Connected to this worry is sorrow. So there was also a loss. So the last time, what I'm seeing here is that there is trauma from expansion, and that expansion led to sorrow, right? There was an attempt to grow. There was an attempt to achieve dreams, maybe more than once, maybe even more than once. But there was this repeated energy of trying to expand and being knocked down. And now there's this deep sorrow that's associated with this growth. And there is this interference that we're not even necessarily recognizing because there is so much worry about this that we just are, we've decided to keep ourselves stuck, you know? We don't. Sometimes our fear, and it creates the same situation perpetually. We create these cycles that keep manifesting exactly what, you know, we're how do I say this? So much of that Saturnian reflection energy is about learning how to see where you're repeating your same mistakes, you know. Saturn brings you the same lessons over and over and over and over again until you do something different. Until you break that cycle. So there is a deep, painful cycle here that you keep putting yourself through because there's a lesson that hasn't been learned. Okay, let's continue. And it is painful and it is sorrow. And it is deeply, you know, it's deeply sad. It makes you sad. Let's see. Okay, so here on our right, we have our art, we have our moon, and we have this logical night. Wow. So this is about, even though we're in this sense of reason and we're being this logical character, this reason and everything is brought about through this intuition and through this artistic creation. So this knight is in the pursuit, even though he is a knight of air, and it seems almost, it doesn't seem like it would flow, but this is a knight who is creating art. And their art is born out of reason, and it is born out of a connection with this feminine energy, right? This moon energy, this intuitive connection to the self, to the inner self, you know? And that's where this logic is coming from. That's where this momentum is coming from. That's where this maturity is coming from. Interesting. And it is about this energy of creation. So we really need to be in this moon energy and in this mature logical energy. So while we want to be connecting to that inner self and to our intuition, we have to approach this with that outgoing logic and reasonable approach. And even though we are creating art, we want to be, again, creating art in a logical, reasonable, outgoing way. There is a way to balance these two energies here, where this can be very beneficial to these, you know? Interesting. Okay, let's continue. So we have our interference again and our worry in our work, right? Wow. Such painful energy, you know, but as we can see, this is all energy that is about not something that has happened, but about something that may happen and about preventing things from happening, right? It is energy of fear and inaction. And we just need to continue to push through with this work. We need to be in this energy of building, you know, in spite of our self-doubt, in spite of the self-sabotage, and in spite of the worry. Wow, let's continue. Yeah. Yeah. If we embrace this passionate, loving, inspirational energy, right? The same energy that's fueling this art, this moon energy, it's gonna we're building something real here, you know. So we're worried about expanding upon our foundations. We're worried about not being able to do this, about being creative, about not creating. We have a child. We've created something. This is a beautiful new life, new growth. It's already here, right? And it's leading to even new and more expansion, right? We need to recognize this and be in this nurturing energy. We have to be that mother that loves this child and that raises this child to be that creation, to be that creative. And this is coming, it's connected to our work, right? So this is about a new job, new creation, a new project, something that you have been building towards and working towards. And there is sorrow here and there's sadness here connected to this, because I feel like what I'm getting is this is a new direction, a new passion, right? This is something that is created, you know, the sorrow energy that is showing up here. It's almost about there is a fear of change, of going into something new. There is a love and a connection to these old cycles and old ways. And there's always sad. Part of change is sad, right? Because you have to let something go and you can no longer be connected to that. But we have to move beyond this energy. Change is inevitable. Change is here. Change is happening. And if you resist and you be in this sad energy, you just make everything worse. You know, we have this beautiful child. We have this new creation, this new growth. There's all of this loving, passionate, creative energy that's coming in, new pursuits, right? Why are we sad about it? We're sad about it because it is a different approach. And maybe there is people that aren't coming with us. Maybe there are things we can't take with us in this direction. Let's do our diagonals. Yeah. This moon energy is giving birth to this new creative energy, right? These are deeply connected. This feminine, intuitive, passionate sense of self, right? And it's giving this energy here, this beautiful creation, right? But there is mental interference again. You know, we're still resisting. We're not in that flow. So much of that feminine energy is about being in flow. Intuition is about listening. You know, you have to listen to the winds. You have to listen to nature. You have to see and perceive the signs. You can't do that if you're interfering. If you're overthinking, you can't listen, right? Yeah. And when we look here, like, look how much logical energy. Look how much logical energy. Well, there is some kind of, you know what? Yeah. So while this night is doing this kind of art and connecting to the moon, this is not the best energy to do this. And we're seeing that it's this night energy is actually, the more I think about it, part of the problem. Even though it is invested in its creating and it's doing that work and it's creating this princess and it is connecting to the moon, it is also connected to this interference and to this sorrow. You know, there's just too much overthinking, too much logic, too much of this masculine approach, right? In this outgoing, like, this is an energy too, on one hand, of like debating people. I know what's right and I'm going to go out and prove it, you know? And this is causing so much depression and anger. It's like, what do you have to prove? What are you fighting about? Right? What are you fighting about? There's you got this beautiful new creation. You got this new loving energy coming in. You have this deep connection to the moon. You're creating this art. There's all this work, right? All this night is doing largely, you know, is bringing in this negativity, which is creating physically, which is, you know, it's bringing in these two sword energies, which is then manifesting into reality, and it's preventing us from expanding. Wow. You know, so we need to check ourselves, bring in more feminine energy, connect to that deep moon. You're right. We're thinking things too hard, and we're bringing our own sorrow, we're bringing our own interference, and this worry, it's all in the head. You know, this new creation born from work, right? It's destined to grow into something profound and beautiful. This will become the queen. We don't need this energy. This needs to go. This needs to be transformed, I believe. This needs to be transformed. You know, this energy is a very good energy a lot of the time. But you know, the magician is the one who can move between the poles, who can see when is the time to be that outgoing aggressor, or when is the time to be the, you know, kinship building, motherly energy. And we need to shift. And it's up to you to determine what that balance is, right? Everything is in flow. Everything is in flow. So, but there needs to be a shift away from this outgoing, aggressive, logical energy. And it's about connecting to that moon. Perfect for our full moon tonight. Wow. Love to see it. Well, thank you, everyone. That was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So if you all could just take 2 seconds and please give me a like and a subscribe. The likes really do make a big difference. And if you would like a private reading, you can send me a message on my email, snappyddts@gmail.com. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do for the next little bit of our stream here is I'm going to take any questions from the audience, and I will pull a card for you, or we can do a sortie. So are there any people who would like a card pulled for our full moon special today? So if you would like me to pull a card, give me a message in the chat, and I will try to answer everyone. All right, so we're going to start with Graham. Thank you, Graham. This is going to be beautiful. So, Graham, what is your card? Fool energy. Wow. Okay, so the Fool, this is Dionysus, right? This is perfect energy for the strawberry moon right after the solstice. You know, Dionysus is that rejuvenative energy of taking a leap, embracing the new, of being silly, of being without that logic, and of just embracing life and doing something different. So this is about taking that leap of faith, doing something out of the ordinary, and not thinking too hard about it. Just be in that fun, loving energy. This is the new year. Embrace the new. I hope that was helpful for you, Graham. Okay, so next we are going to go up to Me Webb. So this is going to be a card pull for Me Webb. Thank you so much for watching me. All right, so oppression energy, right? 10 of Wands. So this is being in this energy of really obsessing over desires, of being really deeply connected to that, to our passions and to our lust, but to the point of obsession, to the point where we're now in this stagnant energy, right? Like there's just too much fixation and obsession with this. But at the same time, this 10 is the end of a cycle, right? This is coming to an end. This obsession has nowhere to go. There's too much passion, too much power that's connected into here, and it's ready to pop, right? So this is about really just trying to transform, because this is going to break free into something else. You know, We need to be recognizing when our desires and our pursuit of desire is what's holding us back, right? I always think often about something like food or drugs when you see this kind of energy, because at first these things like, junk food is such an enjoyable experience and we all can enjoy it until all of a sudden it becomes a crutch and you can go into it constantly. And then all of a sudden you feel like crap and you're overweight and you've hurt yourself, but there was a beautiful thing there. There was a joy there that was helpful, and it's about recognizing and trying to put this into balance, because there is an extreme fixation upon something that is causing this oppressive energy, and it's causing too much focus that it's oppressing you, holding you back, and you need to break free of this. All right. Okay, we're next going to go to excuse me if I mispronounce anyone's name. We have Crimson Rain. All right, Crimson Rain. So this is a card for you, Crimson. I hope it resonates, and I hope that resonated for you, MeWeb. Thank you for watching. So, all right. Loving abundance. This is, you have so much emotional energy in your life. You have a lot of people who care about you. If you look at this card, right, and these are deep relationships that are connected to you, that are flowing in and are supportive of one another. The cups are all pouring in together, and they have love to give. They're sharing with others. So this is love that expands upon itself, that's going to grow and bring new friends. So the energy here I'm getting is about connecting to these emotions, connecting to these relationships, looking to these people in your life and being in this abundance, and trying to connect more with people in community. Now is the sun in Cancer. Now is a time to really connect in these deep emotional ways and to pursue this kind of loving abundance. And you have it in spades. So look to those key relationships in your life. Look to those people who bring abundance in, and embrace that emotional loving connection from them. This is a time to take and receive, and to also give. So give love, receive love, be in abundance. Beautiful. Love to see it. All right, we're going to keep going. We have Carrie Ann. Always love to see you, Carrie. Dear friend, thank you for all the support. We're going to give you a card pull. Let's see. What do the muses have to say for Kari? Sorrow. Hard energy to see. We saw this come up in the main reading. 3 of Swords. Right, it's overthinking and it's depression. It's about believing that you deserve this. It's an energy that is it's a self-hurting energy, and it's about being in this it's even more powerful than futility in a sense, right? It's that deep sorrow about life in general and about reality. This is about really just being sad about the present state of things in your life. So this is really about you need to recognize that this is an energy that's coming from the mind. What is making you sorrowful? Why is life hard? What do you find that is so, what is wrong? And it's a call to really pay attention to this thing, because there is something that's deeply profound behind this sense of sadness, that it's a root that needs to be recognized, and we have to move with these kind of energy and to see, right? If we're sad and we're sore, it's because something is hurting us, and it needs to be understood. So I'm sorry to see that energy, Carrie. I hope that was helpful. I hope you can recognize it and remember that under this full moon with Capricorn in our moon, this is perfect time to really look to those deep, dark corners and to take that hard, critical approach to ourselves and to really see what is bothering us. You have that opportunity now. This is a really good time to do so. And also with that Cancer sun, this is a good time to talk to others and get that loving support from those who see you and know you personally, who can help you to maybe see where this sorrow is coming from. Okay, so we're going to move on here to our next our next person. So let's see. After. Okay. All right, Maximiliano, this is for you. Sorry for that. Maximiliano, we're going to pull a card. So let's see where the energy is. Okay. The universe. Wow, what perfect energy to have on the day after the solstice. The Kori is reborn, and here you have the Kori reborn, right? That is Persephone right there, being birthed out of the egg. You know, this is the ending of the cycle and the beginning of something new. This is the fulfillment of everything, right? And this is about taking a new approach and upgrading. So you've gone through probably a really profound trial in a cycle, Maximiliano. And now is the time to take a breather and to think about what you want to do from here and to reimagine where you're at. You have a new opportunity for growth and transformation. And this is a perfect cycle again with this full moon in Capricorn to really connect deeply to that inner self and to be like, who am I? What do I want? Where am I going? You know, this is profound energy to begin with. You have achieved what you needed to learn and what you had to go through in this cycle. And you are beginning something new, a new stage, a new growth, a new year. Beautiful. Love to see it. Okay. We're going to go Rhonda Iser. Rhonda Iser, thank you for watching and thank you for your support. We'll pull a card for you, Rhonda. I hope this resonates. Okay. Wow. Rhonda, we have 9 of discs. That's gain, material gain. There are rewards coming in, right? This is the real 9 is the most powerful number in the Pythagorean number system. You know, so this is, you've been building towards something. You've been building that tower. You've been in this process of really fixating on your security, on manifesting something tangible in the real world. And you're seeing the fruits of these labors, right? You've entered into a point where now the seeds are producing more things, right? This is exponential growth, right? The 9 is a fiery number of expansion. To have this in discs is about your labor is now exponentially producing results. So there are going to be material gains, material transformation, and big things coming in. Powerful energy to see. I hope that resonates, and I hope you found that helpful. All right. So next up, we're going to have Beatnik Balba. I'll take a card, but flip it. Let's see. What do we got here for Sirius Beatnik Balba? All right. Well, this is a good card to flip. The Tower. Tower energy. You know, this is when something comes out of the blue and the rug gets pulled out from under you. This is when you're trying to build something and it comes crashing down. This is very intense energy. And it's reversed, though. This is dodging a bullet. This is missing that fall, right? This is being able to weave through the things and to see where that negative energy is coming from and react to it, you know? So, but we need to recognize too that if this kind of energy is coming in, this tower energy, this chaotic energy that's trying to break everything down, there is a reason. And this is something that needs to be reflected upon and understood, right? This is very dangerous energy. And it did. If this is here, it caught you off guard. Even if you've been managed to move and flow and it's not affecting you in the same way, it's not knocking everything over, you still need to ask yourself, what is going on? Where did this fiery energy come from that I was unprepared for? Or at least I didn't see. You managed to dodge it, but you didn't fully see it coming, you know? All right. Let us continue. Let us continue. Thank you all for the loving support. This is so much fun. So we're going to go next to Modema Rose. Thank you, Modema, for watching and for your comments. This card pull is for you. So let's see. What is the message for Modema? 2 of discs. Big changes are coming in. big material changes, and you need to embrace it and move with it, right? This is when things are in flux. The twos, right, we got to remember, are profound numbers of growth and are numbers of conflict too. They can go either way. They can expand or they can shrink. It's a real big energy that comes together like this. So there's intense change here that needs to be embraced. You know, the best you can do with this kind of energy of the change is to be that boat that rises to the surface and flows with it. It's not necessarily negative if you can flow with it, right? Sometimes change means incredible rewards on the way. You don't know until you're at the end. But now is the time to get in that boat and prepare yourself for rocky waters. Learn to move and flow, adapt. You have to embrace this new energy and see where it takes you. Because if you resist it, your boat could get shattered against the rocks. So be careful. All right. Thanks again, Modema. I hope that resonated. All right. So next we're going to do Raina Lusted. Cheers from Ottawa, Raina. Thank you for your comments. This card pull is for you, Raina. All right. The Emperor energy. This is intense energy to get. This is that energy of being in that force of will, that strong, fiery Aries, that masculine controlling energy. This in one way could be the good king who takes care of everyone around him and provides, or it can also be that tyrant who disregards and takes control. Look to this kind of energy in your life, to these kind of figures. Is this you? Is this someone? This is an energy that needs to be balanced and contended with, because this is an energy of really intense will and authority. No matter how it shows up in your life, that's an energy that is going to cause conflict. So it needs to be channeled in the right way. The emperor needs her queen, the queen who's going to ensure that this beast doesn't strike the wrong people, right? So match this energy, flow with this energy, see where this energy is coming up. Is it a good king who's protecting and providing, or is it the tyrant who's withholding? Are you the king? Are you the tyrant? How is this energy manifest in your life? But there's big masculine energy here that has to be balanced, right? It can be for good or ill. It's all about how you balance it. All right, let us continue. Let's continue. Next, we're going to go Art Emission. Art Emission. I think that's how I say that. Again, excuse me if I mispronounce your usernames. I'm doing my best. All right. And as you can see, I can barely English, so. Disappointment energy. Disappointment energy. This is someone or many people are draining your cups, right? This is you're giving out love and someone is taking it and not returning it in kind. So there's a sadness here because love, this emotional energy, it's meant to be reciprocal and flowing, right? But these energies aren't flowing. They're just being drunk. The well has run dry, right? It's pointed down. It's not expanding. So this is about looking and seeing where the disappointment lies. Who is drinking up all this water? Where is this negativity coming from? How do you get things flowing? Make sure that the people in your life are reciprocating. You know, this is really intense energy right now too, especially with Cancer in the sun and Cancer in Mercury and Cancer in Venus. You know, if you're disappointed in these areas with your emotions and with lovers and with communication, if things are showing up in this way where you don't feel like you're being reciprocated, that this is not flowing, there is a reason why. Someone or something is preventing, is causing a block, right? There isn't a share, there isn't a flow, and you need to bring back the flow. You want this 5 to turn into a 6, right? The 6 is pleasure, where everyone is reciprocating and is in loving flow. All right. Let us continue. Let us continue. So next we're going to do Mercurial Lore. Thank you, Mercurially Lower, for tuning in. Oh, wow. We have a card shooting out here. So I guess that's you. Oh, wow. What a beautiful card to have shoot out to. So this is our Ace of Wands. This is about embracing new inspiration, being in that passionate, fiery, loving energy, right? There's new energy coming in that's going to inspire you and take you on a journey. And this is about embracing that, being in that flow. Embrace that love, embrace this new energy in this new direction. Go with it and flow. See where it takes you. Wow. Love to see it. Love to see it. You know, new pursuits, new avenues, new expansion. Be in that fiery, passionate energy. You are inspired. Follow that inspiration. Okay. Let's see. What do we got here? Who do we got next? Hit me with that rhythm stick. Juxtal. I guess that's, you want a card? I guess we'll just do it. Let's see here. Oh, Queen of Cups for Juxtal. This is about paying attention to this energy. This is either you or this energy is in your life. The Queen of Cups is that caring mother, right? Perfect for that Cancer energy right now. Right, this is that feminine energy that shows up and is supportive, is that loving shoulder to cry on, the one who takes care and offers her love to her kin and makes sure that people are emotionally listened to and understood and supported. So what I'm getting here is it's about embracing this energy. Look to the people who provide this and try to provide this energy. We all need this loving support, and we all need to be this loving support. You know, this is profoundly beautiful energy when it is in that right, proper flow, you know, when it is given in love and shared. So embrace this kinship building, listen to people, be that shoulder, be that emotional support, right? Especially now in Cancer, powerful energy. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to do Aaron Moore. Thank you for tuning in, Aaron. All right. Let's see where the energy goes for Aaron Moore. Okay. Lust, strength. Lady Babylon herself, drawing down the star on the back of the beast. Wow. This is about being in that profound energy, that fiery energy, and taking that risk, taking that passionate approach, being that fiery queen, you know, and in being in this profound strength, having the strength to continue in the direction in which you are going. You are doing the hard work of transformation, and you got to continue along this path, you know. Be that fiery, passionate energy. Draw down that star. Continue on what you're doing. You know, you must maintain your strength in the face of adversity and continue forward. You know, ride that beast up to the stars. Okay, let's see where this is going. Oh, sorry to hear that you're a sad boy, Jay Jaggers. This card will be for you. Okay. Jay Jaggers, here we go. One card for you. What do we got? Four of Wands, completion. There's an ending of a cycle here, and it's an emotional love kind of fiery cycle, right? Maybe there was a bit of conflict. Maybe there was an intense relationship, but this energy is coming to a conclusion. This intensity is resolved. So now it's about reflecting upon this. Again, perfect for this moon energy. So take the time to think about what was going on with this. You know, what was driving so much intensity and so much growth, so much fire? What is the ending of the cycle about? What is this coming to a balance mean? Where are these passionate energies in your life? You know, this is that wheel too. So it's always coming back around. Interesting. Let us continue. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, Artemision would like a sortace if there's time. Yeah, I can do a sortace. What do we got? What do we got? What do I want? You're getting Homer. Homer's right here. Okay. Homer. This is a sortace for Artemision. Okay. Made to remain here. Made to remain here. Wow. Okay. Artemission, you are made to remain here. There's something that you got to learn in this cycle. I'm getting the sense that you're not happy where you're at this moment, but there's something that you need to learn. There is a cycle that is continuing to repeat that you haven't been able to break. And if you really want to get out of here, you have to figure out what you're doing that's causing this repetition. So this is the thing. Take this time right now. Reflect upon that moon. Go into that deep inner self. Use that Capricorn energy. What are you doing that's causing you to constantly come back? Why are you stuck where you're at? What are you doing that's holding yourself back? Because you're made to remain here for a reason. What is it? Okay. Let us continue. Let us continue. All right. Thank you, everyone. Oh, a reading for Solar's birthday. Of course, we'll do a reading for Solar's birthday. All right. I hope they got to see this. They may be, oh, wow. They may already be over at Ammon's live stream. But for Solar, this is the Queen of Swords. Wow. This is about embracing this loving queen energy. I think this is probably really great energy for you because this is that logical energy of the teacher. You know, the Queen of Swords is that profound science, but it's that profound science that's invested in helping others understand. So this is really about taking that energy, that logic that you have, this profound ability that you have, and sharing it with others in that way that will help them see and understand how you see and understand, you know? And yeah, I think you know what this is about. You have a great opportunity here to embrace this teacher. And I know you have a lot to teach. So wonderful to see. Wonderful to see. Happy birthday. I hope that was rewarding for you. All right, let's continue. If I may, Daddy's Magic Monkey. All right, let's say, Daddy's Magic Monkey, what is the message for you? Okay, uses, guide us. Okay. The moon. The moon. Connecting to that feminine, to that internal, to your intuition. And on a full moon, going out under the stars and embracing this energy, right? Going to your dreams, doing that deep self-reflective work. The moon is a mirror connecting to Diana, to Selene, to Hecate, right? Beautiful, beautiful energy here. So, and then the moon in Capricorn right now, it's about doing this hard work, about really reflecting on where you're going, about what you want, listening to that intuition and trusting in the self. Know thyself. Go out into the stars. Look up at the moon. Listen. That's the message for you. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let us continue. All right. Who is next? All right. We got one for Jeremy. Good to see you, Jeremy and Ruby. This is a card pull for you. Okay. One of the problems with being a percussionist, when you practice too much, your hands stop wanting to. And then I'm trying to shuffle cards. It's like, my God. Okay. All right. We have the Knight of Cups. All right. This is a beautiful energy, Jeremy. This is about you taking responsibility, maturing, and sharing your love. You have love to give, love to share. Okay. And you know what needs to be done to be helpful, to be that profound person who can be of help. You know, the Knight of Discs is that person who goes out and shares and spreads the love and helps people, right? There really are that kind of like that knight in shining armor energy. And I get in this is about embracing that energy. You can be of help. You have love to give, and you have the emotional intelligence to understand and listen to people. Take that and be active in the world. You can do something. And you know people probably in your life who need this energy right now. This is probably why this is showing up. Go be that emotional support and be it in that way of outgoing energy, helping energy, right? Sometimes the best support is that energy who takes us somewhere else, who fixates us on other things, who gives us their love through activity and through shared respect, All right, let's see. Where are we going? Hit me with your rhythm stick. Okay. I'm curious, could you pull a card for me? Of course I could pull a card for you, Trenton. All right, this reading is for Trenton, and I hope this resonates. Let's see. All right, what is the message for Trenton? Victory. This is energy I love to see. Okay. This is about your passion and your pursuits and your love. Okay. This is really about, there is something here that you've been pursuing that is really inspirational to you, that you've been fixated on. Keep going. You're succeeding. You're winning. Victory is here. You're achieving what you want. Be in this passionate energy. The 6 is the most balanced number in the Pythagorean number system, right? This is everything turning up as it should, right? You're in that right karmic flow with love and passion. Embrace it. Be in this state of joy. Take the win. Run with it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Such beautiful energy. Okay. Good for you, Trenton. I hope you know what that victory is. And I hope that you keep pursuing those passions because that energy is beautiful. Okay. Let us see. Who do we got here? Sorry, as I just look. If you guys want to give me a like and subscribe while I look to see if there are more questions. All right. We got Steve McQueen. All right. Thank you all for watching. And we're going to do a reading here for Steve McQueen. This will be the last reading that I'm going to do for tonight. So thank you all for tuning in for our beautiful strawberry moon. And thank you, as always, for watching these tarot videos and coming out and chatting with me. I love doing it for you. All right. Well, don't you just want to see this energy today? Persephone again. The Corey. Steve, you're entering a new cycle, a new transformation. This is about embracing the new, okay? And about letting go of the old stuff and taking a leap into something new. This is a rebirth. This is a reimagination. This is an upgrade too. This is taking a step back and doing better than before. So take this moment right now in the full moon, reflect upon the self, reflect upon where you're going and what you want, because you are in a position to restart, to reflect, to re-begin anew, upgrade, bigger, better than before. Embrace joy, embrace this rebirth energy. Connect to that Corey, go out under the moon, ask for guidance. I love to see it, everyone. And I'll say to all of you, go out under the moon, ask for guidance. Look into your depths and listen. Listen. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow. Happy full moon. Stay blessed. Peace and love.